Hey guys, this is what we're working on. So I am doing a Clouds and Dirt challenge, which means I'm evaluating kind of where I am on all my projects and my businesses. As I've shared, I have a couple different things. I write books. I like to present and have my focuses around cybersecurity and fitness. And so really just my intent is to kind of go through, and I thought it'd be fun to kind of record the debate and the discussion I have internally as I'm going through it, and maybe there's some value for others. So, very nice to see you today. This is my most amazing mug. My daughter made it for me maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And so I very carefully, whenever I use it, I only use it on the when I have like a morning or I get a longer day and I'm able to kind of really sip. And I always try to hand wash it because when we made it, it was a super cheap kit, and it just went real simply, and you kind of see like the broad colors. But when she started, it was just like little very careful detail, and she just loves color, so she just went full tilt, just coloring the whole thing, just filling in all the spaces. All the spaces were filled in, and so I just been enjoying this cup, and every time I see it, it's just really just reminds me of joy, and it reminds me of her. And so that's why we had the special cup today while we're going through the workbook. So I started it last night. So real simple. So the idea is, what is my focus? What is your focus? And how do we know what is the right focus? And so that is your North Star. And when I went up and worked with Gary Vaynerchuk and their team and Adeo, we really focused on this. And so right now we have a challenge. And so I wanted to record and kind of dig into this a little bit and see what's the best choice. So what is your North Star? And so kind of what are the problems I'm trying to solve, right? And so when I first went through this, I wrote very tactical things that I was trying to fix, right? Like, people were wasting time trying to get healthy. Not that getting healthy is a waste of time, but the manners in which they were seeking to achieve that health wasn't delivering the results for the investment given, right? So kind of like wasting money on something, right? Like, you still spent the money and you still got something, but kind of the return wasn't really there. So, but as I'm thinking about this, I get my other worksheet. The idea is bigger than that. So like, what is broken? So when you're thinking about what is your North Star, we really need to think bigger. So what is broken? I would say people who travel. So professionals are unhealthy. That's definitely what is the problem. When I think about where I came from for 20 years for being a kind of executive consultant, and on the road, right, literally we would be all get up at 5 a.m. and we would be at the gym for 45 minutes to an hour, just like slaving away in those hotel gyms, and we would have 100% control over our budget of our food every day while we traveled. And still we all got more unhealthy, more obese, blood work got worse, and I had some good friends and acquaintances that got super ill and or died right at retirement. So that's unacceptable. And so I see that as something that is broken. The professionals are unhealthy, and it has to do with maybe the inefficiencies. Maybe what's broken is the training and health approach. I feel like that's broken. And so when we're thinking about our North Star, trying to do things that are broken, we're thinking about bigger things. And what are those bigger things for you and for me? So I see that there. When I'm thinking about kind of the businesses and the folks that I consult, right? And it's a passion of mine. I love sitting down with college kids, people that are new entrepreneurs, new startup. I mean, frankly, I love sitting with people that are any age that are pursuing a business challenge and trying to overcome it. Whether it is simple as a block and tackle of how do we set up and receive payments from people that want to do business with us for a trip to Spain, or is it something much more bigger than that? Like, what is the, how do we build an Alexa skill, or like, how do we achieve this dominance in this space, and how do we sell to these enterprises at scale? So whatever it is, I really enjoy those conversations, those biz dev conversations. So, but what is broken there? And so I guess if I'm thinking about my North Star and I'm thinking about what is broken in this space, I would say there is a lack of, I would say, practicality in approach, or lack of utility, maybe, of available practices for achieving business results, right? Because these exist, right? What I'm sharing and I'm conveying, yes, some things are net new, but to use Stripe for your transactions on your back end is not a new concept. But to know to use that instead of setting up with like a bank and a merchant account and all these other things, they make sense in certain positions. So I like those two as what I see as broken. So my North Star. These are kind of my new ventures, though. So I already have a great existing business. And so what is that? What is a North Star? What is broken? What am I trying to solve with that? And I think I'm trying to solve there is that, is it health? Is it creating communities powerful? Because it's a local physical building, and I think so I would say what is broken is the anxiety of achieving physical health due to stigma of methods such as Orange Theory and CrossFit, right? There's different kind of connotations. Running, I'm not a runner, I can't run, so therefore I'll never run. So due to the stigma of methods and anxiety, so the anxiety of achieving physical health, right? So I think that anxiety or worry is there. What's broken is community is broken. It's definitely broken. I think too many people, when we go out, we just wear headphones and we're not engaging. And yes, some things, we're consuming, we're on a call, we're doing these different things, but right? Like if you're at the gym or if you're at a concert and you have your headphones on, right? You are literally communicating that I don't want to talk to you, right? If I'm at a coffee shop and you walk in and everybody's wearing headphones, right? If I want to talk to you, what I do is I take my headphone off and I ask you a question. And so what you've seen is I'm signaling that I'm trying to engage with you. And so I think that there is a need and community is broken, and I think we can bring it together. Somebody actually attributed my community much like a church, and how we're more like a church than a church, in that we bring people together, we pull them up, we make them better, and you get friends, and you lifelong friends, current friends. We have people changing careers. So what's broken, I would say, is probably one, the anxiety of achieving physical health. Community, people are, as community, it's lacking. And those are the big ones, right? And so if I think about that, what are my business objectives? What am I trying to achieve? And I want you to go down this road. I'm not really sure. I don't know where this all will end. But I enjoy, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying putting down and recentering myself. So what's broken, summing it up, what I'm seeing and what I need you to focus on kind of what your North Star is kind of what are the problems we're trying to solve. And if we know what the problems we're trying to solve, then what does that really mean? And so for me, if I'm thinking about from kind of like a big problems and areas where I can achieve and make a difference, it would be professionals are unhealthy. And training and health approach is the problem. What they're doing and how they're doing it is ineffective and inefficient to what their goals are. I see an anxiety around achieving physical health, meaning that people who are overweight, unhealthy, have had a bad experience, or just have a different "I'm not an athlete" mentality. You're a human. You were meant to move, and it's the only reason we're able to do what we do in life. And so there's clearly that concern. So I see that as a problem that's broken. So maybe the stigma around different methods is also a positive and a negative, right? Like stigmas don't seem to be good, but runners run and CrossFitters CrossFit, and people go to the gym and lift weights and put headphones on by themselves, right? But you can do any of those, right? And so I think there's a stigma and an anxiety of approaching and learning and being a part of it for whatever you're going to do. Finally, I really think about kind of the advice and the consulting and the mentorships that I get to do, and I really enjoy those. What I feel is broken there is a lack of utility of available practices for achieving business results, which is a lot to say. Is that, I've been building businesses for nearly 30 years, and marketing and selling and working for other people in great companies, and as a result, I have made the mistakes, created my own path, found the available technology and methods that are right, done lots of great things as a result, and I want others to build upon that. And so yeah, that's my North Star of the problem. And then I'm going to spend the next time I want to talk about kind of who is affected, and it's not just who is affected as in like who are you selling to, right? Oh, I'm trying to sell fitness and I want Jane to come work out, but it's thinking about everybody who is affected and part of the process. And when you think about it that way, it introduces the idea that there's more ways to tackle and address the problem of my North Star beyond just the classic of, oh, I'm selling a phone and I'm going to sell it to somebody who's going to use the phone, right? There's other things and other people involved that do great advantage. So, hope this is insightful into the kind of the thinking around it, and that's it. So, have a great day. North Star, done.